Today we got Dawson Gutierrez. Did I say last name right?
I mean, you can roll your R's. Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. I don't roll my R's enough to...
It's okay, you can't go wrong. I just say like Gutierrez.
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 Gutierrez. Goody.
Goody. I got a lot of goodies in my day. I had an old coach in high school that called me Gutierrez.
Gooch.
And then I would get called Gooch. I don't know. Don't know if this is the podcast for that. But
I just won't go that far. I won't put that in the show notes or anything. But for anybody listening, he's apparently down for anything.
DTP, down to photo.
Down to photo. I'm really excited. We spent probably the last 10, 15 minutes talking about what Dawson does, and we'll get back to that. But we met in a College of Idaho parking lot.
Yeah, I bought some lenses from you.
I think you sold me a lens initially.
Yeah. Well, I think I bought the two lenses from you, and then I was like, "Do you have any interest in this 24 to 70 f4 for the Z mount? Because you had the Z7 II."
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just upgraded to the 2.8, and it feels unnecessary for me to have two of the same focal lengths.
And I'm like, 24 to 70, and like at the f4, that's not a bad price.
Yeah, and you were saying, it was like a couple $100, but like I ended up like, I mean, the more we talked about it, because you do so much. I don't want to say like street, but you do a lot of like nature, wildlife, like a lot of like still life things that is like, I mean, you go from everything from events to like, I mean, some of the ones that you did, I don't remember if it was a port, but it was like a lot of birds, and there was like, it was, I have to think about exactly what it is, but it was like very blue sky. There was like birds. And like
is it down at the sand dunes?
Yes, I think it was. I think it was that, and like that is like, I'm not shooting that at like f4.
Yeah,
like I'm shooting way up there because a lot of your stuff is like very, very sharp, very clean, like super rad. So
thanks, man.
Anyways.
I shoot myself in the foot, and I'm reminded this repeatedly, whether it's true or not. I'm friends with enough people that are like, you gotta niche down, you gotta pick a thing, and I'm just too ADHD to pick anything. I also don't rely on picking one thing for my job.
Yeah.
So I kind of have the freedom to experiment with whatever. And so far, I think it's just infant photography is the only thing I'm just like a hard no.
I don't blame you for that one. You got to shoot babies at 1/4000. And then
all the conditions have to be right for them to be asleep, and like, it's just weird to me.
But I mean, I think niching down is actually a trap. That's my hot take.
Dude, I would fully agree. I think that is a hot take. It's one we share.
Yeah, it's.
But I have never. I don't think I've written scripts to talk about it or write a blog about it. Like, I definitely have thoughts about that, but I've not expressed them.
I mean, mine is like, let's say we look at the largest photographers or the largest studios, like even in Boise. Let's go in this range. I mean, some of the studios in Boise, they go and they shoot Dairy West or like a large farm conglomerate thing, and then they go and shoot like small lifestyle product e-commerce shoot, and then they're doing this, and it's the same photographer,
right?
Or same photographers. Some studios have more than one, but then the next day they're going out and doing a lifestyle running brand shoot, and it's like, once you talk to agencies and you understand like the pre-production side and like why the production matters and like where is it going to go, then you realize like, I don't really have to niche down. I just need to spend more time in pre-production, understanding like the importance of where my image is going.
Yeah. Pre-production is everything.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I appreciate that. I haven't worked on set, especially on a photography set. I've done some film set work, but I haven't. I didn't like. It makes sense that that's a thing on the agency side of things, but that doesn't translate to the freelance singular photographer, repping my own name, being my own business kind of person. It doesn't seem to translate to that, and I don't know why. Like, my analogy is, you've got a carpenter, and he makes, I mean, we're local, so like he makes Corey Barton homes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And so somebody's looking around for a carpenter, and they're making like Adobe homes, like they're just making a different.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they look at this person who clearly knows how to use their tools to create a thing professionally, and this is like how I see the singular person, freelance, flying solo kind of person, they look at, oh, you just do this kind of house, you can't possibly do this house, and that's insane. More like a musician.
Yeah.
Be like, you play blues, you probably can't play
Can't play
metal.
jazz.
And this,
Can't
and
play
this,
metal.
Yeah, and this is like a guitarist that's been doing it for like 15, 20 years. It's like, yeah, they probably can play whatever you want, but for some reason, everyone talks about niching down, and I get it, but I also don't.
Yeah, I think like when it comes to niching down, because of your previous guest, Mercedes was talking about like niching down for weddings, and I'm like, yes, like if you want to niche down and just do weddings, like concert photos or like maybe even some product stuff won't really be beneficial to you. But in the commercial world, if I am looking at you as a photographer and you're planning on doing our product for whatever it is, but in the commercial space, I can also be like, well, hey, I can also do headshots.
Yeah.
Oh, I can also do your interiors.
But that's not what they see on your Instagram grid, and they probably don't go to your website. So they're like, have you ever been in a situation where you shoot something for a new client, and it's not something you maybe shoot a lot, and they say to you, oh, wow, that's really good. Like, I didn't realize you... And you're just like...
Yeah, all the time.
Of course I can shoot that.
Some clients definitely do the, like, wow, that gear must be very expensive. And I'm like, well, yes.
That too.
I'm like, well, yes.
It is.
But most of the time, I'm like, it's usually the knowledge that comes from that, because I try to explain it to them that pretty much any photographer, I don't want to say any, but most photographers, like, there is a clear sense of like what are relatively the best settings for that atmosphere, for the standards. Of course, like, have your own creative side that bounces between there, but like it really comes down to like knowing the brand that you're working with. And like, you know, if you go and photograph like super hard light, bright sunny day for a bar would be like, that's not really like, that's not really our vibe. So that's when it goes back to the pre-production is like, I'm used to that in the agency world, but bringing that knowledge from the agency world even into small local businesses, they feel so much more like heard and more likely to like pay you and like want you to come back, because it's like, oh, you actually sat down and you looked at our Instagram page, or you looked at our website, or you looked at whatever, or read our manifest, and was like, oh yeah, we like fun, bright colors. Like, they don't need to look at your entire portfolio. You should maybe just send them like 3 or 4 of your most bright, fun, colorful pieces of work.
Right.
So
that
they don't
aligns with what they're looking for.
Yeah. So
rather
they don't
than saying,
have
I can shoot what you want, just show them.
Yeah.
Relatively, like you can. Like, here's examples of what I'm pretty sure you're looking for.
Yeah. I mean, like, in niching down like my website, like, I actually, like, when I send off my website, I have different tabs for each thing. So like, if a band comes into town and asks me to shoot concerts, I don't really shoot concerts that much anymore, just because of it's a lot of time and it's late. But like, I just send them the link to my portfolio that only shows them concerts,
right?
Or like only shows them weddings or whatever. And that has also helped that, like, when someone is looking to hire me, like that fatigue of like having to sort through my whole website to try and find like something that it's like relative to them. Because if I don't really want to have a couple that's looking to have their wedding photographed for them to scroll through 70% of my page to find like 3 relevant photos. So I think that's been helpful, but that's just like spending the time understanding like client wants and like client needs, which is kind of fun. But
it's an art.
Blah blah blah. Business.
On the business side of things.
Business.
It's not a business podcast. I mean, business is of course important because it's we got to pay the bills.
Oh yeah.
We can't pay that in exposure.
Of course, this is also my first full year technically freelancing.
And you're killing it. You were just telling me that you're going to Florida, you're going up to Ketchum, you're going to Hawaii.
Yeah, all this month. It's going to be great. But
that's a testament to your value, not just as a creative, but just understanding what you do and understanding the client needs, but also understanding the photographer's needs and how to support them.
Yeah.
The fact that you're a year in and you're busy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
I mean, it definitely was, I mean, I guess to give some context about like where I came from in the photo world was like, I started at BSU when I was like 18-ish. And then I was like just out of high school, and the
Yeah.
only access that I had to any photography related things was high school yearbook.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like,
It's where a lot of people get their
yeah.
start.
And then I was like, well, I'm gonna photograph sports.
It's like the only
Yeah.
thing people take high schoolers seriously for when they pick up a camera.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And like not in like a morbid, this is like kind of a bummer, but like two of my friends died in high school, like very young. We were 15 years old, and they pretty much were walking on the side of the road, and a car struck them. Like, and
Wow.
like just went over, like crossed 3 lanes.
Were you
and
with them?
I was not with them, no. But
man.
he like the like I don't remember if he was drunk and on medication that he should not have been driving with, or if he was just on medication
Yeah.
that he was not supposed to be driving on. But it was like 6 or 7 p.m. like sometime in like the later time, but like they were just walking from like a local
Yeah.
taco stand, but they played football, and I'm a smaller dude, and I was like, I tried out for football.
Yeah.
A coach politely told me
You're like 6 foot tall.
I was not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not at that time.
I was not. And then I'm like, I was like, yeah, I was maybe like 5'10", like 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Like I was like very lengthy, very thin.
Yeah.
And the coach was like, I know you're trying to try out because of like your friends, and you want to do this thing to like commemorate them. But he was like, I think that maybe you should try to find another way to like commemorate and like do things for them. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Trying to support you and shut you down in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, and I was like, thanks, man.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to
Shout
do.
out Monty. But
And there's a place for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was like, what about like doing photos for the team? He's like, I don't really want to just tell you to be water boy, but
Yeah.
like, you know, you're artsy.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, like I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then I got really into that, and I like was photographing for the team and like doing all this other stuff, and like that was where I found that love for sports.
Yeah.
Then went to BSU, immediately started doing sports photos, like with photo services. Shout out John Kelly. I know he's retired. Love that guy though. Love John, and like and I'm very grateful that they gave me that opportunity when I was like fresh out of high school. I was like 18, and I was like, this is like super rad. And like Priscilla and John were like my main 2 points of contact, and they
Yeah.
put me on sports, and then I was doing like some headshots for some of the departments, and then like I was doing all these things, and I thought it was really cool. But then I kind of got to a point to where I was like, I think sports is really cool, but I'm not really using any lights in creative ways. I'm not using like
Yeah.
weirder focal lengths. I'm not like, because I remember one time I had like done some really weird color grading.
Yeah.
And like in retrospect, it was bad. But like in the moment,
You're learning, you're experimenting.
It was probably deep bake. Like it was dehazed to the max, saturation probably 100%, whatever, you know.
Yeah. Use your clarity slider and just
Yeah,
crank it.
I'd probably did something along those lines. I bet I could go find it, but they were like, yeah, maybe don't mess with that. And then I was kind of like, why are you stomping on my creativity?
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, but I bet I can go do that in other things.
Yeah.
And then I kind of strayed away from sports once I was kind of graduating college. So I did that for 4 years. I did football and basketball, and I mean, I did all the home games too for like volleyball and
Yeah.
softball and whatever. But like, I kind of realized I wasn't getting enough like creative things from sports.
Yeah.
Mainly because you know, a lot of brand consistency. Excuse me, but a lot of brand consistency and a lot of like, I only have so much access to like the positions that I could be in. It was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, being under the hoop. Okay. And then like, all right, I'm on the
Yeah.
sideline. Okay. And I was like, really though, I had to take a step back, and I was like, the growth that I would get from keeping to do sports would be like, I would maybe do some remote triggered like stuff, you know, like putting
Right.
a photographer or putting a
You ever
camera over
watch,
the
I
dome
think it's
or,
the Chargers.
oh
Their
yeah.
photographer has like a day.
Oh,
day
like
in
a whole
life.
prep day. Yeah.
Yeah, and they like show you the whole game from start to finish, how early they get there. Like he's always got one camera mounted in the tunnel when they exit.
yeah.
And it's constantly, yeah. I mean, that stuff sounds
Yeah.
interesting, but I can see how at some point it would seem like, man, this really lacks creativity. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how much I can push myself here.
Yeah, I would say now, actually, in the last like couple years, like I've seen a lot more like longer shutter speeds.
Yeah.
Like duration, not
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like some like really cool tracking shots and some like cool like they're taking the photo and then zooming in at the same time, so you can
that's a
see
cool
that you
effect.
can see those like
There was one I saw a couple days ago of a pitcher, and and it would have been cool no matter what. But this is one of those like pictures that
Oh, it's like the motion, right? Like the full motion of this pitch. Like
kind of, but it was like a multiple exposure. Like let's say they took like 5 or 6 photos stacked on top of each other, and so it just looks like this almost prismatic effect of, and he's one of those pitchers that like isn't an over the top kind of throw. Mm-hmm. It's like he's throwing down like by his
like
ankles,
scraping the dirt.
Like,
yeah,
one of those crazy pitchers. It's such a sick photo.
Yeah, I think there's still like, I'm not trying to say that there isn't creative options in sports. Sure. There's been some amazing things, but like as a 19-year-old who's hired by the university for minimum wage to like only take pictures for like the archives and for like maybe a Instagram post, and like I was like, I'm not gonna be able to grow and develop here from where I'm at and like grow in the space that I want to be growing in.
Right.
So I ended up like interning at a couple places. I interned for a studio in town, interned for 2 agencies in town, and like just kept bouncing around. And I was like learning more about like, oh, well, if I work at an agency or if I work at a studio, like I might have like 20 different clients and they have 20 completely different needs.
Yeah.
And that's 20 completely different skills. And then I got to like learn and grow how to light each of those things and like do that. And then that's when I was like, oh, like the creative juices are like flowing. Cause like, I mean, you know, a lot
of problem solving.
Yeah.
It's not just like stand here, wait for something to happen, which you can get a ton of cool photos out of that. But I'm the same way. Like I enjoy the journalistic stuff I get to do for my guard job with the military.
So cool, by the way.
The events, like I love doing that stuff, but to some extent, I like to go out and use my cameras in ways that I'm not necessarily not encouraged to do, but that's not what people are looking to see. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, you want to get out there and solve problems and like learn how to use a flash because that's completely underrated.
Yeah. I mean, especially like when I interned at some of those studios, I actually went from like, I had a speed light on my camera for an event at BSU to then my first studio shoot ever. It was like 600, like the Godox 600 Pros, like, or the, like whatever strobes that we were using. I don't remember the exact ones, but I was like, I went from like maybe one that was on camera,
like 100 watts to like off camera.
Yeah, literally, I was like, wait, why is this one pointed backwards at the wall? Oh, that's the eye light. What?
Yeah.
Or like, then going into like film stuff, like learning like commercial film lighting and like understanding like how do I light a really big wide. And I was like, oh, I've never really like had to do that really for stills. Like, if I'm doing a big wide on a football field, I'm just going to zoom out.
Yeah, why would you use flash?
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything else. But now it's like, how do I light and like, how do I get enough light to fill this whole room without seeing anything other than just the actors or seeing just the subjects?
I'm sure you do this all the time. Mm-hmm. You see good studio photography, brand photography, something you know was maybe not done in the studio, but like there was a lot of prep that went into it. I think of a shoot that Vision Kit. Mm-hmm. That's where I interned. That's one of the studios you interned at. Mm-hmm. I think of they did a shoot for St. Luke's, and I would look at the photos and try to figure out like where they're scrimming, where they're putting lights up, like because it's very intentionally lit. They're not just going by like daylight. Yeah, and so like you probably find yourself doing that, like looking at photos and trying to reverse engineer how that was taken.
I do that a lot now in my current job as a digital capture tech,
because that probably informs how you
so it's like, for example, a lot of my job also is to work with the photographer if they like there was a shoot in London and by the separate photographer, but now we're doing this shoot currently in Florida. How do we match the lighting to be the same in making sure that, because it's a product, right, like it's a like clothing and whatever, it's like how do we make sure that this lighting looks like it's the same, like, or it's the same model, right, and like very similar clothing, but just how do we make it look as close or if not like the exact same? Yeah. And sometimes we don't have access to how they lit it, and so we have to like kind of scratch our head and go like, well, if I were to light it, how would I light that? And then we have to spend like an hour or two like,
and that's probably fun though, being on set, problem solving that with people.
It's
like
fun
you all get to
until
look at it.
yeah, it's fun until you get the time crunch.
Sure, and the client's like,
Yeah, you don't get a prep day, and you start at 6 in the morning, and you start shooting at 8, and you're
yeah,
like, oh, the batteries aren't even charged, and like, oh, like, or you're renting from someone. Like, let's say especially the shoot I just did in Texas, where we rented a bunch of equipment because we can't fly with stands and whatever.
yeah,
I mean, you kind of can, but
yeah,
it's better to just rent them. So like, we'll rent stands and stuff, and they were like very late, and like all the lights
Oh,
were
man.
ready, and like everything was ready to go, and so we were just like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna use like a little shiny board to like bounce some light from the sun
while we're waiting.
while we wait, and that was some of our favorite frames. But like, was that intentional?
Yeah.
It was just kind of like a panic.
Yeah.
Like, we've had this metal shiny board that we're just like, bounce the sun, bounce the sun.
Yeah.
So
I remember when I was when I was going through my degree at Boise State, and then started doing some like commercial and film work on the side after that. People talk about all the time on set, just kind of the jerry-rigged things that you come up with. Like, we forgot a tripod plate, but that camera stayed on the tripod somehow. Yeah. Like, enough gaff tape will hold anything together.
Do you follow the Instagram page? It's, can I swear?
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, but go for it.
Shitty Rigs?
Shitty Rigs. Yeah. I remember following them a while back. Like, they intentionally post
absolutely terrible things. Yeah.
Yeah, like a shopping cart dolly or something like that.
Yeah, some of them low key are pretty creative and pretty cool, and like I've definitely have my fair share of them. But like,
it's just part of it.
It's so fun.
Like, stuff goes south, and you're like, this really needs to work. How are we going to do it?
Yeah.
I can pull my car up and use the headlights on that, and we can diffuse it because
they've been there.
Something happened.
Yeah, I just had a shoot this last week where it was a 3-day shoot, and a very similar thing where it was like, we don't have any backup batteries, so like the second we're done shooting, like, we need to or the second that we're pausing shooting, we need to go throw these Profoto batteries like on the charge like right now.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Profotos usually last like a full day.
Yeah.
But like, I wasn't risking it. I was like at lunch, I was plugging everything in. So
yeah,
that's what people pay me for. Like, especially as the Digitech is like.
I want to get more into that. I definitely want to talk about what you do. I came up with a bunch of questions that I think. I mean, just to hit on it again, like the whole reason this podcast exists. I can sit around and talk about photography with you or another photographer like all day long.
For sure.
But there's a side of photography people don't talk about, and that's outside of like the business side of things and just the generally creative side of things and like nerding out about gear. Like, we don't talk about what makes it sustainable, what makes it hard, like what inspires us when things do suck, or when things don't go right on a shoot, which is all the freaking time.
Yeah. I don't think I've had anything go right.
Right.
I don't. If I have something go right, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Please do. But I mean, there's the phrase like "fuck it, do it in post."
Yep.
Like that's very real, but it teaches you such a valuable skill of not dwelling on things going wrong in the moment. Like, you quickly just move past it. Like, something goes downhill, does not go according to plan, and you do all that pre-production work. And some people who aren't from that space will get bent out of shape by it, but there's just a mindset you develop and you carry it into the rest of your life, which is a beautiful thing, where something goes wrong and you don't dwell on it even for a second. You're just like, yeah, what's next?
Yeah, we to speak on that, I mean, this last week someone broke a really fancy plate at this house that we were filming at. It was
Was it part of the shoot?
No. It was just we rented this house, and then we were filming in this like a house that someone lives in. It's not like an Airbnb.
Oh.
And it's like a $4,000 like China collection.
Oh no.
And like they accidentally just like backed up, and like we heard the plate shatter, and we were just like, oh no. But then my reaction is just like, just turn away. You gotta just turn away, and you just gotta keep working. Like,
yeah, we'll take care of that later.
And someone else is gonna sweep it up right now. But like, if we all stop and point and laugh, God forbid. But like,
Or even stop and panic.
If we make it a big deal, then it's like the whole production could be set behind 10, 20, 30 minutes, and you have to think about like how many people are getting paid to be there. It's
right.
Like that.
That starts to rack up in more ways outside of the cost of the plate.
Yeah, because the plate could be several $100s or $1,000, but now we just wasted an hour of time, and that could be thousands of dollars.
Yeah. It's almost like it's really okay to say, this thing sucked, but let's not make it worse.
Yeah, we need to just lock in.
Yeah.
Like lock in right now. But yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. If I ever have a good shoot that nothing goes wrong, I'll let you know.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a great mindset to have. I guess I just random assortment of questions. And we talked about this a little bit, but I just want to like get it on the record to kind of like elaborate more on it. What is it you do? You said Digitech. A lot of people don't know what that means, including myself.
It's very niche. It's
Is it a new thing?
Subjectively new.
Okay.
Like it's like this.
Or the term's new, or
Yeah. I mean, so there's no like some people call themselves Digitech, some digital capture tech, digital stills tech, digital whatever, just Digitech. Like there's like a lot of people just call me the tech. A lot of people just call me the digi, like whatever. Like there's so many different terms, and it all stems from like film loaders back on like film sets, pretty much like, oh, we're filming this thing. Someone needs to protect the film while we are transporting it out of the film camera and making sure that the film is properly exposed, properly developed to make sure that we got the shot.
I'm thinking of like your AC on a film set.
Yeah, I mean,
you got
like,
your DP, and the AC. I mean, has a lot of jobs, but if the DP doesn't have the lens they need, they kind of anticipate what that is.
Yeah.
If they don't have the filters they need, if they got a number of things they can do, and they're usually best at their job if they can anticipate what those things are going to be.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you know what like a DIT is? Like a digital image tech, which is technically different than mine.
I've heard that term, but I would have no idea how it's different.
So a DIT and a data wrangler are like, so for example, in like the modern terminology is like, if you are filming something and you're the DP, or you're the, some productions are crazy, but let's just say you're the DP.
Yeah.
And you want playback to make sure that everything was in focus, that everything went well, that I'm responsible for making sure that the playback is going and like that you can see what's going on. I'm also making sure that all the files are like saved and integrated properly and X, Y, and Z, because most of the time we have multiple backups, and you send one to an editor and you send one to the director, or like whatever, right? So you're responsible for like, I mean, my laptop has technically had like hundreds of thousands of dollars of work on it at one time.
Yeah, passing through.
Yeah, because it's all just like all these drives and whatever, and you also make sure that like, if they're clipping, if they're overexposed, they're underexposed, the audio is messed up, especially for film. Like, hey, like,
so you're doing all of that stuff.
Speed wasn't rolling, like sound wasn't rolling, like there's no audio on this clip, or like, hey, like someone bumped into the dolly like halfway through, like maybe we didn't notice, but like we need to do that one again.
Yeah.
Or sometimes even
wait, so that's your job too?
That's mainly for film. Okay. Like, yeah,
right.
But like for film, that's like like for example, I just filmed like this short film, and we had like, you know what I mean by like a show LUT, like where you just have like a preset over your video,
a filter.
Yeah. And for like the windows were overexposed on purpose.
Got it.
And it just for the vibes, it was cool, low key, like it was great. Yeah. But when I pulled it into DaVinci and I looked at the file, you could see the lights through the window. Like you could see the stands, you could see the ballast, you could see everything. No. So I was like, hey, if you don't overexpose that shot, or you choose to not overexpose those windows, you can see like someone outside smoking a cigarette. You can see cars driving by. Like it will take away from the whole scene if you don't like keep these windows overexposed. Yeah. And so like I have to keep those notes and like write those down. So for the editors,
if the name of that's changed. I'm sure all of this evolves. and changes, and as technology
Yeah.
develops, like the roles, like people start wearing more hats or change, I know that to be a script supervisor. They're the person that makes sure that the backpack strap is on the same shoulder from one
Yeah.
scene to the next, so people watching it in theaters aren't like,
Yeah, for
"That's wrong."
continuity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine's
continuity.
more for tech. Like, there should be like a script supervisor for those things,
Yeah.
but mine is mainly for like, yo, if that file corrupts because of you gave me a bad drive or whatever. I mean, it's also really important for me to like make sure if we're shooting. We just filmed something for Spotify here at the Ford Idaho Center.
Nice.
For Zach Top and Dirk Bentley. I don't know if you like country, but
I like the new or the most recent. What's his name? He's the pop guy who just created
Shabuzi?
basically a country album. They sold out Albertson Stadium.
Post.
Yeah,
Oh, I was like who? But
I'm not a big country person, but
I-
his country album
it's good. Yeah.
is super good.
They so for example, we were filming on like 4FX9s. So we need to make sure that like A cam through D cam is like named and time coded like properly.
Oh yeah,
And like backed up correctly, so then when we send this hard drive to Spotify that they can that it's all there. And so that's like kind of important, but
and that's what
That's-
their end is expecting.
Yeah,
They
and that's
get a
for
bunch
film.
of unorganized garbage from you. Like,
yeah. And in the stills world, mainly just a digi. So you asked about like my Instagram bio, but digital capture tech
Yeah.
is mainly for like, so we tether the camera to the laptop
Yep.
through Capture One, and then it goes. So as the image is taken on the camera, there's no card in the camera, by the way. There's no memory card.
Right, because
in
it's
the
all
camera at
running
all.
to your laptop
Yeah.
to hard drives.
Yeah, so it runs, and I try to do internal SSD, so it shoots straight to my desktop, and then it shoots from my desktop to.
How big is your internal
drive.
SSD? Because some of those.
It's 1 terabyte, but I just shoot.
Okay, I shoot
per-
on the Z8 at work.
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
2 of those actually.
They're chunky.
It's like 50, 60 megabyte files.
Yeah, I mean, like because of especially in these larger commercial shoots, we have to be a little bit more intentional. I do have
Sure.
some very heavy-handed photographers that I work with.
It's just
that-
mash down the
yeah,
trigger.
and I love them, but they sometimes like I will nudge them and go like, "Hey, you averaged like 300 frames in 20 minutes. Like I need you to." You need to drop it down.
And we're trying to deliver 10 photos.
Yeah, no, literally. Like,
Yeah.
no, literally. I think we had to deliver 40 photos over a week, and we took like 2,000 a day plus.
Oh,
And I was like,
dude.
was
Who's
like-
editing those? That's not you.
no, there's a
Shipping those off.
So I do live color, so I'm live editing them,
Oh, really?
like for
Running them through Capture One. That's what you use.
yeah. So I'll live color them with very similar to Lightroom, like same sliders and same
Yeah.
like wheels and whatever.
Yeah.
But like, so I'll do a live like show color, and then I bring that, and then I'll save that for the retoucher for the most part, just as like a reference.
These are still like raw or TIFF files you're sending to them.
Yeah, they're mainly RAWs, and
Yeah.
Capture One is non-destructive. So even if I crop it, the RAW is still preserved in its own folder somewhere else.
Yeah.
But usually I will like, because everyone wants to make client so happy, and we love client. Like you want to color it the right way,
Right.
so that client is not looking just at a raw image and is confused on why
Yeah.
it's not the color that they
I
like.
think everybody's experienced taking a photo and showing the client the back of the camera.
Oh,
and
yeah.
being like, hey, I'm just going to like bring up the shadow, take down the highlights, throw some
Yeah,
contrast. And you try to explain to them what it's going to look like.
Yeah. And now
But
we
if
don't
they-
have to. Now we don't have to capture it.
have
I
to.
literally give them their own iPad.
Yeah.
And they can sit with their own iPad.
Yeah.
And then I can color it and then like show them their favorite photos colored. Like I usually try to say like 70% on the way there.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've been like 90% of the way there. Like,
Yeah.
and it's usually like, these color references and
Yeah.
whatever. So it's pretty great.
And
then,
if you can like preload the LUT to your monitor, like you kind of don't have to edit to a certain extent, depending on how quickly
yeah, I
you're trying
mean,
to turn the stuff over to a client on the spot.
if you have a client like let's say like a university like X, Y, and Z university, like, and you photograph them 100 times, you're probably going to make a preset on
For sure.
shoot like 5.
You know exactly what they want.
Yeah, you're like, they want their greens turned up or they want their blues turned down or like whatever.
Yeah.
But usually some brands are like very specific, and they will give you like a USB stick and they're like, it has to be this color.
Yeah.
And you're like, you got it, like whatever
Fine.
you want. But Yeah, and then I usually end up being like a photo assist as well, so I'm helping them light. Some photographers love my photographers, but some of them like don't know how to use their camera, and so like
That's
I'm
so fascinating to
like,
me.
and like not in a bad way, but they're like curious on like why they're getting black bands on their screen, and I go, oh, you like you nudge,
We got
yeah,
fluorescent lights.
yeah. I was like, you just like, or it like for sure, it's like we need to turn the house lights off,
Yeah.
or like you accidentally nudged your shutter speed, and we're shooting a bunch of strobes, and now there's a black bar,
Yeah.
and like I mean, seriously,
Oh, right.
like yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of options like
Yeah.
that could be, but it's like they bump their ISO like super crazy high, but they're also shooting at a very high shutter speed. And I'm like, I think we could actually half both of these
Yeah.
so we can like preserve a little bit more of the dynamic range. But
And that's cool. I mean, how do most of them take that? Like, I don't really know how to say this. If somebody told me that when they looked at my images, I'd be like, yeah, cool, that's interesting. I'll try that.
yeah,
But I don't know. I can't imagine someone coming up to me on a shoot as a hired photographer and saying,
your
like,
settings are wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, why did they hire me as the photographer?
So a lot of the time, I don't say something unless it's like image compromising.
Right.
So if it's like full on, like the highlights are so blown out that
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like drop it down.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not
and-
really so much an artistic choice, but just like it's technically incorrect
yeah. So whatever.
or unrecoverable in post.
Yeah, because usually it's because they're so focused on like composition or communicating with talent or like lining up the image, and which is very important. Like I want them to actually not have to worry about anything technical because I just want them to, like, if they have the eye, like you can pay me to be as technical all you want, but like I don't have the eye. Like if they have the eye for this brand, then like let them do that.
Okay.
So I'll usually like tap them over the shoulder and I'll be like, hey, like the sun just came out and now there's like a glare in the window that's like weird, or like
Yeah.
there's, oh, actually like this is kind of odd now. Or I also say sometimes like there's a reflection in the mirror or reflection in the window.
There's so many times you're paying attention to your subject and you miss these little details on the edges
Yeah.
of the frame.
Because especially if we have to retouch and like edit hundreds of photos, like if there's a bright orange
Yeah.
cone in the background, like
And they have to
anything-
remove it on 40 photos.
yeah,
Like,
like those are the things where I'm like, I have to save client money
yeah.
and I have to make sure that like that those things are caught, because of it ultimately will fall on the photographer, not me.
Yeah.
Like, which great, but then the photographer's not going to hire me again.
Right. You're not going to be their digitech.
Yeah, they don't.
Because you could have saved them from that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I think about it, I feel like a really oversimplified way to talk about this, but like a caddy.
Yeah. I'm pretty much a golf caddy, man.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little more complicated than that. Sorry, golfers, but
I was a golfer. I almost played golf at GCU.
oh, okay. Dude, rock climbing, golfing,
Rock climbing, golfing,
man's an athlete and
running.
an artist.
Yeah, athlete and artist. That's it.
Athlete artist combo. What doesn't he do?
But no, I mean seriously, the caddy analogy is really good, and
Yeah.
like I also kind of realized, I mean, like I am my own photographer and I get to be my own thing, but I did realize that like in my photo career, I know you've talked about this in previous episodes as well, about like the impact that your image makes, like, and about like Mercedes brought up that when she photographed that couple, I don't remember if it was a couple, but she photographed these people at the wedding.
Yeah.
And
It was just like a kind of
yeah, like a
it wasn't
one-off
couple,
thing.
but it was just like, hey, you two are here and you want a photo? Let's take it.
yeah,
It's just kind of an in the
or
moment
when
thing.
you brought up the funeral.
Yeah.
And I was like, those are some of those things where I was like, do I love photography because of that reason, or do I love just like being a supportive and like loving person?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I actually just like really love people, and I love like doing
Yeah.
things and like helping other people and like happy to be there for people. And then I was like, how do I be in a photo career that is profitable? Sure, but like
yeah.
to help someone like make their image,
Yeah.
or like help a client feel happy about what we're making.
Yeah.
And to like, and so that's why I found like being a Digitech, where I'm like,
How'd you fall into that? Because that's not a major at Boise State.
oh no. I have a PR degree. Like
Oh, okay.
well, technically it was media arts.
Okay.
And then they changed it to like integrated media and strategic communications.
Yeah.
But mainly PR, public relations. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna do like full-time marketing, and I was gonna go like pretty much full comms,
Yeah.
and then I realized I hate it. So like, I was kind of like I kind of realized that marketing in the university space is like very post-production in the sense of like
Oh yeah.
thing is made, sell thing.
I talk about this all the time working at the business college. Um, I feel like there's a massive disconnect between the people who create the thing and the people who market the thing.
Yeah.
And it's like both sides aren't aware that those should be the same thing.
Yeah, there should be at least a class that like
Yeah.
that you can bounce in and
Because
see.
you always have the creative people who have been taught how to use the tool to make the thing, but they're almost never, unless they like minor in it or double major, like they never get the skills while they're there, not until after they leave, on how to market the thing they've created.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you've got people who know how to market a thing, but don't know how to create a thing.
Or don't even know why the thing's there.
Yeah.
Like it's especially like
And those two people need each other, and then they constantly butt heads because they neither one understand what the other one does.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, that's why you hear the starving artist and the like analogy of all these artists that really want to make something cool but have no idea how to like. They feel ashamed posting on Instagram their art because they think it's cringe. They
Yeah.
think it's embarrassing to promote themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, dude, like. There's probably a lot of people that are going to be like, dude, that's sick art. That's great art. That's super fun. And then you have the opposite end of it. You have a lot of like great salesmen who just don't believe in what they're selling.
Right.
Like they just straight up like, yeah, I work for X, Y, and Z company and I just go to office and I sell that thing. And like when you find like a salesperson or like a marketing person that like believes in their product, I'm like, dude, Wolf of Wall Street right there. And then same thing, it's like when you have an artist that's making money and like being supported by the thing that they're making, they just make cooler and cooler things.
Yeah.
And that's so rare for both of those people. Like you most of the time you just kind of get shoved into the rat race. And that's where I had to like, for me, I was like, yeah, I could photograph for social media for a lot of businesses in town, but I was like, yeah, like I'm not having a great time because it feels very transactional and my art is now like exclusively monetized and I'm in my garage photographing a picture of a protein bar.
Yeah.
And it's like, great. But then on the opposite end, now as like a tech, I mean, I still photograph, you know, like I very much, I photograph for esports and I love esports like on my own time. And I will go and I photograph for this thing that I believe in and I get to capture their like excitement and their joy from winning or like being involved in the sport. And so I think that stuff's great, but it's like, you know, I want to be there with like the client and the photographer and the set atmosphere and all these things to where it's like, we all just worked really hard to make something and we're all like happy that we made it. And like, that's a feeling that I just can't, like, I can't beat. Like, I see that feeling and I got that feeling and I'm like, I just want to have everyone else do good and I'm going to be happy that I helped someone else do good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where I like found teching so much because of now the photographer doesn't have to worry about all this technical stuff. Like I got it. Like I'm there. Some photographers like ask my opinion about some frames and some lighting. And I think that's fun too. I have some great relationships with some clients who like ask me to be a tech regardless of who the photographer is.
Yeah.
Because of their like, he, you know, he's funny and he's talkative and he wants to like, he like communicates and says like, do you like the image? Do you think this one's good?
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to star that one? I saw that you like that one. Do you want to make sure that we're like 5-starring that image?
Yeah.
Or like X, Y, and Z, you know? I mean, like, because at the end of the day, like client is paying for me to be there. Like they should be someone that I'm like kind of catering to.
Yeah.
And I think like some older techs in like LA or whatever, they don't get that.
This is kind of wading more into the business side of things, which is okay. But
sorry about that.
Something I think like is extremely important, and you kind of just touched on it, and it's definitely, I don't know that it's undervalued. It's definitely underemphasized. Is soft skills as a creative.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like you kind of got that market cornered. Like you understand how, like not only your craft and what your client needs, but also what the photographer you're assisting is doing. but you can also communicate that. You can, like you said, you've got clients routinely saying, "We want this guy back as a tech." Like, we'll get a photographer, whichever one we need for a certain campaign, but like that's our guy. Like he understands what's going on here.
Yeah, and I think that's like, I think it's rad. I think it's really fun. But like soft skills are important. But like we can talk about we can talk about more not soft skills business things. I'm sorry, going on a tangent.
You're good. You're good. No, that's what I wanted to know. I remember I've always believed this from getting into film and photography that you can, if you're really good at what you do and you're an asshole, you're far less likely to get invited back than if you're like one of the nicest, most communicative people out there who does a good job.
Yeah, and you can't be an asshole and be bad at your job. Just remember that, people.
Yeah, that absolutely won't work. But like, yeah, try, like, it doesn't matter how good you are unless I've heard John Mayer's an asshole. But, when you've played with every last living blues legend alive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much it matters anymore, but
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ego in this industry for sure.
Just creativity in general.
Yeah, and I think like from the photo world, I think it's like, I try to meet with like a lot of artists in town, and like 9 times out of 10, I'm like, you want to borrow my equipment for something because you think this is really cool, and you want to make something that you've never made before, borrow it. Like no questions asked. I think that you should borrow. Like a lot of my friends have never shot with more than one light, and I'm like, here's all of my strobes. Yeah. Here's 4 of them. And here's a trigger, here's a backup trigger. Yeah. You want to know how Capture One works? Yeah, let's do a shoot together.
That's super rare.
Like I'm like, why not? Because I don't gain anything, but like it doesn't matter.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I know how I deal with that. I'm not that way.
Yeah.
Is that like how you approach this weird kind of competition that's in the creative space? I feel like a lot of those people are operating out of like a scarcity mindset. Like there's not enough to go around, but there absolutely is.
Yeah. I mean, I believe I was very fortunate that I had some very thoughtful mentors that were like, that gave me a chance.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of believed that I should give anybody a chance, like, but I think there's a lot of artists to where they don't want to like each other's posts. They don't want to follow each other back, but they'll still look at each other's things. And like, you know, there's that weird like feeling to where it's like, well, if I support another artist, well, will they be better than me? Like if they get more likes on my post, will they be better than me? And I'm like, I haven't posted on Instagram in 2 years, and my career has blown up.
I was just looking at your Instagram profile. I'm like, this guy's got 6 posts.
Yeah, I haven't posted in so long.
Sorry if you're listening, I can't recommend his Instagram to you.
Yeah, I mean,
go to his website. Go to his Instagram and go to his website.
Yeah, Instagram to website. Because if I can't email people my Instagram, I email them my website. So I've like, how do I'm like, I need to spend more time on my website. Or
the website looks good.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, Squarespace.
Dude, I use the
same. This episode sponsored by.
I would honestly love a Squarespace. Like I've been using it for. I've probably run like 7 different websites through it.
Yeah,
I've been using it for like 10 years. I love Squarespace.
Yeah, you gotta do like Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my god!
you gotta do Squarespace.
What's the de facto like? I mean, I definitely, like, in all seriousness, would love some sort of like mental health. Like
there's like Better Health.
I'm all about Headspace, but yeah, Better Health is like
Better Health is good. Actually, watch out for Better Health. Apparently, they have like a lawsuit against them.
Oh no!
This is not like a podcast.
Yeah, but I fully endorse Headspace. I use them like every morning.
But yeah, sorry, I was like totally going back to I love. It's because of like a lot of people.
Raid Shadow Legends, sorry.
I know. It's sponsored by Raid Shadow. Download the app to get a new hero limited edition.
It's not a cash grab.
Not a cash grab.
There's no paywalls.
Yeah. Gosh, but sorry, go back to, I guess, what the podcast is about. It's like there's a lot of times where, like, especially in the film world, like all the departments are very separate. Like we're just kind of like at our own thing. Camera's doing their own thing, lighting's doing their own thing. Yeah. But I've kind of been like, Boise's not that big, and I actually know all of you. Yeah. And so I'm like, I will go get a beer with the art department. Yeah. And I'm like, do you feel like I made your life harder today? Like, I'm sorry if I did. Like, I would love to hear if I could make your life better. Like, did I ask you for something that was like too like sudden or like too in the motion, or did I delay something I should have asked for like earlier, like X, Y, and Z, or camera department? I mean, there's plenty of times where I'm like, dude, I had no idea that you liked your thing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Now I'll know. I mean, there's a DP who lives out here in Nampa, and he like one time he told me this one time like over a year ago.
Yeah.
Like you know like the 4x4 floppies, like the big black flags.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like he likes his flags on the far left side and the far right side, and all the other soft flags like sit in the middle. So they are like they're like sandwiched between the hefty flags.
Interesting.
And
okay.
he told me that one time, and I've never not done it that way. And then like 6+ months later, he was like, I told you that one time, and you've never not done it that way ever since. And I was like, yeah, dude, you told me this thing that you wanted, that how you would do it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it. And like now he refers me.
Yeah.
Because if he's like, yo, I don't have to yell at that guy. Like,
that guy's got attention to detail.
That
you
guy,
tell
that guy
him.
doesn't yell at that guy.
That's a huge thing. Like a lot of artists, especially like you get your DPs and your photographers, like the people with the vision, they're worried about the vision. So if they can offload something to you, like their preferences,
yeah,
and you just roll with it, like yeah,
I mean, especially
you're the guy.
Yeah, especially when like putting my ego aside for like so many things of like, if you're hiring me to be something, if I would set that up a different way, it doesn't matter. It's not my choice.
Yeah.
It's like, and I know you come from like a military background, but like, yeah, if probably my DP asked me to sweep a dirt road or mop in the rain, I probably would.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'd
just,
probably have to.
It's equal parts discipline and equal parts. I mean, this isn't to say anyone doesn't have one, but your life is substantially harder in the military, and I think in general, if you have an ego. Mm-hmm. So like the secret to like being happy and making other people happy and feel good about you is not having one.
Yeah, like definitely pick your battles, because if I was actually just maybe you've heard this story. My friend told me when he was in boot camp that he had to turn the rocks to where they got even sun. Like so they got so the rocks got an even tan. And he had to there was like a giant like wall of rocks, and he had to like pick them up and turn them every like 30 minutes. And I was like, sometimes that's what the film industry feels like.
It just takes me back to there's a week in at least Air Force basic training where and Army people are going to laugh at me, and so are Marines. But like you spend a week in the desert doing everything you've learned, like
like flying planes? I'm just kidding.
No, sitting in chairs.
Oh yeah, chair force.
No, identifying IEDs and setting out cordons and self-aid buddy care and
not eating crayons, right?
No, that's just Marines.
Oh, okay, just Marines.
No, we get like 5-star food everywhere we go in the Air Force. Yeah. No, but we were in the desert, and I can't even remember what we were doing. It was me and this other guy. And we were tasked with finding duct tape for some stupid thing. Mm-hmm. And we look everywhere. I'm not even kidding. Mm-hmm. And I've been through this scenario 1,000 times as a kid. And then my kids are now going through it where we think we look everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then we go to our drill instructor and say, can't find it. He's like, if I find it in 2 minutes, y'all are going to do whatever I want you to do, right? We're like, I guess so.
Been there.
And so he literally walked, like, he knew exactly where it was. He went and found it, brought it back out, and we spend the next 6 hours shoveling sand into bags and making sandbags.
Oh.
6 hours of making sandbags. We made like 400 sandbags. It was crazy.
At least he didn't have you dump them out, though, yeah?
No, yeah, we didn't have to dump them out and then refill them.
Okay.
We didn't have to fill the same bag 400 times.
Okay, that's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, there's a military guy, at least I'm pretty sure he's military, who's a first AC in town. I don't know if I should name it. Yeah, Mark Davis.
Yeah, dude.
I
don't know if he'll listen to this, but I talk to Mark Davis every time I go. Like, I'll see him next weekend.
Yeah, so Mark Davis is very like, he's a military guy for sure. And he, when I work with him, like, I tighten up, like, because if I know that that
guy knows his stuff.
If he asks me to grab something and I don't know where it is, like, he's just gonna kind of be like, like, you know, he kind of gives me the like come on, man.
That's
and like,
so funny.
And I hate disappointing him.
Yeah.
Because if he's like, he's so good at his job, and then it's like every
Been
time
doing
I'm
it like 20 years.
yeah, I mean, every time I like ruin the flow.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I'm so sorry, dude. Like, because the first time I ever worked with
And
him,
I imagine like he won't be mean about it. He'll just like give you a disappointed vibe.
yeah, no. He's not like mean, but I definitely am like, damn. I just like
I let Mark down.
I just let Mark down. And like again, Mark, he's great.
Yeah.
Like I think like he not only does he know his stuff, but he's like extremely efficient.
Yeah, dude squared away.
Dude, I've seen him carry like crazy stuff, like film stuff, where he's like, yeah, I just carried like 8 stands. And I'm like,
Dude.
huh?
Yeah.
But he's the type of guy, especially in the film world, where I'm like, dude, that guy's like dialed, like efficient. And so it's like, I've been trying to like, every time I work with him, I'm trying to like familiarize myself with like where he likes to put things.
Yeah.
Because of sometimes he'll ask for something, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember where that is. And
I've never worked with that guy on a set, but I know him.
Yeah, he's dialed.
And we've talked countless times. I'm gonna bring this up. I'm
no.
gonna talk to Mark when I see him this weekend.
That's so
Be like, hey, do you know Dawson?
He's gonna be like, I hate that kid.
Like, he gets shit wrong all the time.
I mean, I think the first time we worked together, I probably let him down so much. Like I can't. Like I probably like could not. Like I was turning something right when I should have turned something left like 10 times, and he would have been like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
As dialed in as he is, he's a nice dude.
Oh yeah.
So like, I don't think he would hold it against you.
No, he's
Not
like,
at all.
I think one of the times we worked together where we were on separate departments.
Yeah.
And I think he said something where he was like disappointed, quote unquote,
Yeah.
to someone else. I was like, oh, that's what that looks like. I'm usually just like in it.
Yeah.
I'm usually the one being the disappointment. And then I was like, this is kind of nice seeing someone else being the disappointment.
You're like, okay, all right, this is a good way to approach this.
Yeah. And I'm like, now I know.
I wanted to rewind a little bit.
Yeah,
You're talking about spec work. I see a lot of folks in your industry doing that. How effective is that for soliciting clientele?
I'm insane. So I do spec work once a week.
You do a lot of it.
Yeah, I try and do one like once a week. I actually tell people, I'm like, yo, do it with your groceries. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because of you're already buying it.
So
like,
you clearly support that product.
Yeah, you're already buying this thing that you like.
Yeah.
Like you're already home. You already probably have your equipment at home.
Doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, you can leave it in the packaging. You don't have to like take it out and do anything crazy. Sometimes you can, but it's like take a couple of pictures of like a protein bar or like whatever you make for dinner or like whatever.
Yeah.
Because now it's like if you photograph, I mean, you know, you do a lot of food and bev, or you used to do a lot of food and bev.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things where it's like you don't have to like put it front page on your portfolio.
Right.
But if you see like a brewery in town is looking for someone to do photos, like you spent an hour doing pictures of some of the beer that you already bought, and now you can like save it and you can send it to them in an email.
You have that in your back pocket.
And then like who knows, that could be a one-day shoot for like a couple $100 and some beer, and it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Like, or I mean, relatively, but
it costs you your time, but you also were able to develop a new relationship on top of that, working for a new client, and maybe that leads to something else.
And you get to practice with your tech. Especially, I always tell people, try like, have you never like backlit something this way? Like, you should try that. Have you ever done like 2 edge lights? Like, try this thing. Oh, you don't even own 2 lights? Well, see if you can do 1. Go to Lowe's, buy a styrofoam white board.
Yeah.
And then like that costs $10, sometimes less. Like, and then like those are all those things where I'm like, you won't learn unless you flex the muscle. And so for spec work, it's really important. I mean, like I never shot anything like bare bulb, like no modifiers, no anything.
Yeah.
Like for portraits. And I was like, hey, my lovely girlfriend, can you come out to the garage and like model for a little bit? And it was like a 4 light setup, and it was like all bare bulb, like super bright. And it was like 9 p.m. in the garage in the middle of December.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's a sunny, fun, bright day with like a bright, colorful background. Yeah. And I'm like, now I know. Like, I've never done that before. Yeah. She was very patient with me for like an hour. But
and so I guess if it's not leading directly to clientele. It's allowing you to try new things at your own pace with things you've already purchased
Yeah.
in a way that allows you to go into a set and maybe do those things yourself or recommend those to a photographer as a digitech that you're working for and say, hey, I know like this is a lighting setup you usually use, but like I tried this one time and it got a really interesting result, and I think
Yeah.
it's worth testing out.
No, for sure. I mean, like, especially because of every atmosphere that you go into on a shoot is never going to be perfect.
Right.
So, like, trying out maybe something weird or unconventional for when you do have to light something weird and unconventional is really good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're in like a small, tiny room and you're like, I can't put my 64-inch softbox in here.
Yeah.
I can't rely on that every time.
Yeah.
So how am I going to get the similar effect with like a smaller footprint? Or like opposite end of like, wait, I have a huge space that I need to fill, and I'm used to shooting with the subject only being 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to light this huge space? So like, it's better to just try it out, and then like when it comes to be, then you should hopefully at least have maybe done it once, Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit easier for like when you do like fashion or portraiture like specs. Those are a little like easier because you can just kind of like grab your friend and you can like.
Or the model is used to just like.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And you're pressing buttons, they're striking poses. It's kind of this collaborative thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's cool. But I definitely think it's like, but then you want to go into like art direction and doing all this other stuff, like that gets weird and that gets really hard spec. But like for the most part, I feel like spec is like really important for me. It's like if I see something online that I think is really cool, as a creative, I need to stop going like, I wish I could do that, and just start doing the like, well, what if I tried? Like, what if I should just try it? Like, if I think that's a really cool lighting setup, what's the difference between? Because eventually you get to the point in your creative career where it's like, I own a similar, if not the same quality of camera.
Yeah.
The same, especially with camera technology today. It's like you can own the cheapest Sony, and it's better than
if you have a
anything
camera
that came out
in the last 5 years.
Yeah, you can compete.
You can do pretty much anything.
Yeah, you do literally anything. So it's like if you pretty much have the same quality of camera, questionable lenses depending on what you want to do, but for the most part, if you're shooting with like strobes and stuff, you're probably shooting at like 5.6 to like f8, like give or take. So aperture doesn't really matter there. You're not really shooting like a 1.2. Like it's probably don't need to.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it really goes down to like, well, if I really want to make something that looks like that, probably can. Because
like it's not a client that's holding you back.
Yeah, it's like there's no one gonna tell you no. It's like even if you need to go to a rental house in town and borrow some lights for $20 a day, like, and you know what you want to do, it'll cost you $60 to potentially do your dream project that you saw on Instagram that you thought was really cool. Like the price to make your dreams is not that much.
No, and to develop techniques that would help you be like, or market yourself better, or be more adaptable in certain situations.
Yeah, or if you do want to niche down, like stop shooting in a niche that you don't even want to be in.
Yeah.
Like when I do events sometimes, sorry clients, but like, I don't want to do events all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of events that I think are fun and cool, but there's a lot of events that I think I'm like, I just got done shooting like an 8 light setup with like models and like crazy stuff, and now I'm just like, it's just a guest speaker at a conference.
I'm
like
in a
very
room
different,
with crappy lighting.
Yeah, and I don't
Try
want
to make the best of it.
and I don't want to have to keep apologizing for trying to sit at the spot to get a good angle.
Yeah,
like so that's what I tell people all the time. It's just like, yeah, if you don't want to be in that niche, then don't offer it, because there's a lot of people in the film world here, like even that they get put in very low level roles, and then they come back, or sorry, like whoever hired them only sees them as that low level role. Because like you have to go like, thank you for hiring me for this low level role.
Yeah,
I would also like to do this thing.
Yeah,
like this slightly higher role. And then so that's why I feel like spec is really important, because of it's like, if you tell me that you want to do those things, but then you never show me that you have done any of those things,
right,
then I'm not going to ever hire you for those things. So like I'm sure you saw the honey drip protein bar thing that I did. I was like, yeah, I've never done that before. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the store and spend $5 on a protein bar that looks the way that I wanted. And then I drizzled some honey on it. And then I
Yeah.
was like, cool, put that on the website. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
dude, some of that stuff is so good,
sometimes.
and it forces you into a space where you start thinking like a client.
Hmm.
You're like, what's the vibe here? What's the lighting need to be like? How am I going to edit this? What's the end result? Like, is this going to go on packaging? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can walk through all of those hurdles or steps of the creative process or of the like working for a client process without someone telling you to do it.
Hmm.
So like you can move all the way through that without anyone telling you to do it,
Hmm.
and spending very little money, just taking the time to better yourself at your craft, so that when a client does come to you, they're like, "Oh, I saw you did this,"
Yeah.
and that was literally just because you decided to do it one day.
Yeah. And it could look like the craziest, it could look big budget. And you don't have to tell me you did it in your garage.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
they'll never know. But like,
yeah,
the big thing too is like, Boise especially is not that big
hmm
relatively. Like, and there are a lot of people who are excited to do things. So if you post it on your Instagram story looking for a model for a test shoot,
yeah,
like, I will buy you lunch, or like, I would love an hour of your time, X, Y, and Z. I guarantee you like 10 people would go like, yeah, sure, I'm down.
yeah,
And now then you can take those pictures and then you can send them to X, Y, and Z place.
yeah,
And then they might be like, oh, that's the vibe and the style that we like.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, cool. Now you're one step away from your dreams.
yeah.
And it costs you the
And you didn't wait
nothing.
for someone to give you permission to do that.
Yeah. I've, especially freelancing for the first time this year, like, it's very hard for some people to freelance because if I'm like, I'm awake until 4 in the morning every day. Like,
Yeah,
I just, like, I can't sleep. Like, it's impossible. I wake up at like 8 in the morning, and then I like sleep for 4 hours, and then I like go to a coffee shop, chug like 4 coffees, email 90 people,
dude, that's
and,
unsustainable.
and then I like go home, and then I like, make dinner for my girlfriend because I love her so much. And then I look at the B&H deal zone every day.
Yeah, see if Nikon's doing there.
See if there's the 2 day only
I haven't
deals.
seen that in a while.
You're not looking
Maybe
hard
it's
enough.
just fallen off my algorithm, or you haven't sent it to me recently.
It's on mine.
Is it happening right now?
Yeah, I think it's in like 3 days.
Oh my god,
But that's what I mean. It's like, I talk about all these things, but like, if I couldn't imagine having an ego though and doing what I'm doing.
dude,
Couldn't
right?
couldn't imagine, like, because I can't tell
Actively
you.
sabotaging your
Yeah.
career, but also trying to make it happen at the same time.
Yeah, I can't even tell you how many people that like I email them and I'm like, I would love to work with you, maybe even for free sometimes.
Mhm.
I'll drive to Salt Lake tomorrow.
Yeah,
And then now there's people that I work with all the time religiously that
Yeah.
I'm like, great. And I couldn't imagine having an ego to where it's like, I don't even want to get that.
dude. There's probably one of the best. You've heard of Peter McKinnon.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like you can't be a photographer and a videographer without hearing about Peter McKinnon.
Not at least once.
He has a really good video where he's just hanging out with some buds in the woods, doing something, and they're talking about working for free,
Mm-hmm.
and just giving kind of their take or their advice or like what they think about that statement. And I don't think it was one person who said this. I think it was like a collection, and this is just how I remember it. They don't do anything unless it's for unless it builds a bridge, or it's for a book or a was it brand?
Bridge Booker brand.
I think so. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Essentially, like, I will do work to build a bridge. Like in that guy's example was, he had this outdoor company that he just absolutely adored, their mission, their product, everything, and he just did spec work, kind of like you did, until eventually they're like, we want to go with you, and they weren't paying much at first. And now he's like their exclusive photographer,
Yeah, which is awesome.
and that was just something that developed over time. Or a book, like you're building an actual portfolio or something.
Mhm.
I can't remember what it was, but like there's a lot of
something similar.
reasons. There's a lot of reasons to just create things in pursuit of the lifestyle or the client you want, without waiting for them to give it to you, or waiting for a call for them to hire you to do something you haven't proved you can do.
Yeah, and I think also it's like, I don't even know how to say it other than just like I've definitely made and worked like a lot of like spec work. I mean, between us, what do you think we've taken like 40 million frames?
Dude, I don't even know.
Like, but
Cause yeah,
yeah,
that
like
would require me taking every camera I ever shot with, and I forgot how many those are, and then looking at the
shutter counts.
shutter counts on all of those. Like I would, man, if I had to guess, taken versus delivered, I have no idea.
Like I guess like why I bring that up is like I've probably taken like let's exclude sports because those numbers are kind of scuffed. But
Yeah,
it's like the amount of spec work that has never seen the light of day
yeah,
that I've done, but then I've like used that work, like
yeah,
that lighting wise, to um, like that I did the shoot. I realized I hated it. It looked terrible. It was the worst thing ever. And I'm like, now I don't want to light that way. Now I know that I don't need to do it this way or like whatever. Like that stuff is like,
yeah.
that was really important to me. I think it's like, it's really cool, but it's kind of like going off topic. I'm like I'm falling apart.
No, you're
I'm
good.
dying.
I'm looking up
The Bridge brand book Bridge
I
brand.
don't think it's brand. I don't know what it is. But I was thinking about. I think the 10% rules per universal for photography.
Oh yeah, 10% of all your work is like,
Yeah, I think like maybe you're slightly under that or slightly over, but I don't really think most people are at like even 20 or 30%. Like I think it's pretty safe
yeah.
that even like your photographers have been doing it. I've been doing it 13, 14 years. 10% still pretty accurate. And just on the military side, we have a website where we upload all of our content. Every military photojournalist, regardless of branch, uploads to the same place. And published photos on there, I have over 2,000.
Bonkers.
So, and that's 10%.
Yeah, yeah.
That was just 10% of what I thought was good enough to edit and caption and upload.
Yeah. The
And
one
that's,
with the bullet holes, by the way, that you
dude, that's
posted.
been going round.
That one was crazy.
National Guard magazine is the second time it's happened, and I'm extremely fortunate. And like the military stuff, I always tell people all the time because they're like, "You take cool photos," and I'm like, "When you have that kind of access, you should."
Yeah, real. That's why I stopped doing. That's why I stopped doing a lot of sports stuff at BSU because if I
Yeah,
was like, "Yo, why can't I go in the locker room? Why can't I go in the rafters? Why can't I do this?" I mean, yeah, I was 19 and I don't really expect them to
yeah,
let me do that, but like, I don't want to have to keep fighting for access.
yeah,
Or the same thing we just talked about the Greg Williams,
yeah.
who he's photographing in these limos and stuff with George Clooney. It's like I'm not gonna get that.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a limo, George Clooney, my photo better be
It better be good.
yeah, better be kick ass.
Yeah. So when people are like, "That's a good photo," I'm like, I would like.
I would hope so, man.
I think it's less of a reflection on me as a photographer because I think I just know how to do my job. I think there are a lot of photographers I know, yourself included, that if you were put in that same situation, you would have taken that same photo. That's why like, yes, it is a cool photo, but like, it's not gonna give me an ego. I'm not gonna hang my hat on that and be like, this is my best work. Just people really like it.
I mean, that's like, because again, it's like circling back, it's like, there's only so many camera settings, there's only so many options that you have,
Right.
especially in the back of a limo. There's only so many things you could do.
Yeah.
But that's why, like, again, even going back to spec work, it's like, well, what happens if you don't have those restrictions?
Right.
What would you make?
Right.
You don't have client. You don't have anybody.
Yeah.
What would you make? I mean, there's a difference between like if you're doing street or whatever, but I just mean like full on, like it is you in
Yeah.
a garage,
Yeah.
and you get to make whatever you want. And you technically have unlimited resources.
Yeah.
Like, what would you make? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of fun.
Honestly, that National Guard magazine, that bullet hole photo is like a full spread.
God, that's so bonkers. It's
And
so
there,
cool. It's literally so sick.
One of my old bosses sent it to me. I'm like, holy shit, that's
Dude,
cool.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad I'm a civilian. I would totally do one of those.
I'm just like, yeah, anybody could take this photo. I'm
No, I
glad
know, but I
I'm
think
glad
it
it's
would
a cool photo.
I think it would be great. I would just put me in your pocket, and
Yeah.
then I'll go.
Dude, I want to bring people out there to do
Put
that
me in
cool
a
stuff every
backpack
time.
like Yoda.
And like my favorite thing about it is it's all about relationships. And my supervisor taught me this. I hope to have him on the podcast at some point. So like I run into this a lot where I'm taking event photography, And well, I don't run into it so much anymore.
Yeah.
But I think every event photographer runs into a scenario where they're walking around with a camera and somebody looks directly into the camera.
Every time.
And your response to that dictates what that person does the rest of the time you're around them.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll just look at you the whole time.
Yeah.
After that.
My favorite thing to do when somebody looks at me like, oh my God, there's a photographer, is like I act like I wasn't looking at them.
Oh yeah.
Like I look up from my camera and I'm looking past them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, oh, it's not about me. And I'm like, it's really not.
Yeah, that's the street photographer
like
technique.
You could have been the subject, but that's why I'm here, because I'm like trying to find good scenes, and you just happen to be the subject for one. But
yeah, I mean, like that's like the street photographer technique is I mean, actually, I do know a lot of street photographers.
Like, I want to talk to Aaron. We talked about him.
Aaron and I just talked about you.
Yeah.
Very recently, just coincidentally, because I said I was going on the pod and everything.
Yeah.
And I love Aaron, so we get drinks and hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Great guy. He lives.
I don't have it. I don't think he knows this. I have one of his photos hanging in my office at work.
He did tell me.
Oh, he does?
He does
okay,
now.
Okay.
He did tell me. He was like, I think that's sick.
Yeah.
But he's in Seattle right now.
Oh, okay.
So he works here still.
Yeah.
But he flies back for work because he's a senior designer by trade.
Oh, cool.
So he's a designer at the agency.
Yeah.
And does the street stuff on his own time.
Buys sick film cameras on the.
Yeah. I mean, like he, and he interviews a lot of those people, and I think that's really great. I mean, like, yeah, we've talked about it a lot, but, cause at one point I wanted to do street, and then I kind of realized that I was like, I think I need to like do a lot of other things with my career before I come back.
Yeah.
Cause right now I'm like, also, I guess going back to like full circle about like why I like teching so much as I do is because I'm like, as much as I love the creative, I love the tech. Like I just like adore the tech.
Yeah.
Like I love like looking at all these things and like how the files work and like why the image looks the way that it does and like the quality of the lenses and like the quality of the light and like X, Y, and Z. And most photographers couldn't care less. They don't even want to edit their own photo. Yeah. They just want to go out and they want to shoot the thing. And I go like, that's great, man. But I definitely find myself like geeking out about like putting if X gets plugged into Y, then how do I get to Z? Like blah,
You're
blah,
doing
blah,
some
blah.
like iPad experiment last week.
Oh yeah, I like was pretty much creating so it's an iPad cage.
Yeah.
And then you can strap like a Wi-Fi router and an external battery, an SSD, and like and you can tether all to an iPad. Yeah. Like you strap it all on there, so it's like I can do anything. I can literally go anywhere and do anything. And
I just imagine like handing that to your client, and they're like, "Whoa."
Yeah, it's like 10 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like so heavy. But so now the plan is to drop the weight down. Yeah. And I'm gonna secretly sneak into the BSU CNC machine, and I'm gonna CNC my own stuff. Don't tell the university. But...
Don't tell them a word. And you just show up on set with like a custom cage, and every other techie is like.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 different dudes right now who make custom metal things and like custom CNC type things, and like they have like custom CAD files that they're like pretty protective over, which I respect. But like they make like custom digi things, like it's just for digis. Yeah, like there's no, if you looked at it and you clicked on that page, you'd go like, I don't even know what this is for. Yeah, but for me, I'm like, I need everything. Yeah, I need literally every single thing on this website. Yeah, I don't even know. I probably spent $15,000 last year on digi equipment. Yeah, like. I don't even think it's a niche. Yeah, I don't even think that's exaggeration. But I rent it. Like, yeah. I mean, they pay for my day rate, and then they pay for the rental. They pay for all of my equipment. Oh, interesting. Per day.
The people who make these custom CNC things.
Yeah, I buy their stuff. Yeah. Yeah. They don't pay for the rent. They don't pay. Client pays for the rental.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So. If client hires me, they pay my day rate, and then they pay for the rentals for my equipment, which is crazy because as photographers, like if you show up to a wedding and you were like, "This is my day rate and this is the cost of my camera," they would be like, "What?"
They can't process that.
They wouldn't get that.
They're just like, "Just give me a price."
Yeah. So
all I want's a price.
Yeah. So
you're like one of 9 vendors. Just tell me what it costs.
Yeah. So usually it's like you just all in one it, but in the business world, they want it itemized. Like, I want to know exactly what I'm paying for.
Man, that's so nice. When I hear wedding photographers talking about itemizing things, I'm like, the client doesn't want you to do that.
Yeah,
they don't want to know.
They don't want
they just
that.
want to see a number and then ask their dad to pay it. Like they don't.
So real.
Yeah, just give them like the easiest possible thing to interact with, and they're good.
Yeah, most businesses, like especially from the client world, they just want to know like because if they have to pay X, Y, and Z because they're
like, why did it cost $9,000? And you're like, oh well, they hired this person, they had this tech, like it took this many hours.
Yeah, and then
they offloaded that to an editor and blah blah blah. Like, it's easier to explain to a boss or a shareholder why something costs so much.
Yeah,
if it's itemized.
Yeah, especially like with my cables, like sometimes people are like, "What do you mean I have to spend $40 a day on each of your cables?"
It's $200 for the tariff alone.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you want from me? I'm like, it's literally the best cable you can buy. Yeah. Like it's not even close.
Yeah.
So unless I get like I don't know, whatever. There's like a rumor about this like other cable, but I don't think it's real. There's like
cable rumors.
Yeah, there's
cable. That's how you know
rumors.
You're a gear nerd.
You got to be on the Discords. There's like there's like a niche Reddit and a niche Discord of people that were like, "Yo, if you own these 3 cables, they're made in the same manufacturer, like the same company, but they have a different color sheath, like over top, like just the outer coating.
It's the same exact cable,
and it's the same cable, just a different outer coating.
Yeah.
And then like we're talking about the different qualities of the coating, like of the sheath.
Yeah.
So like what protects the cable actually the best.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I doing?
Nobody gives.
Yeah, what am I doing? No one cares.
Yeah.
It's like 3 a.m. My girlfriend's like, go to bed. I was like, I gotta read about this cable.
It's like, can you believe?
I gotta read about like how much heat.
It costs twice as much, and it's literally because of the sheathing. That's insane.
No, literally, I'm like talking to her about like how she loves me so much, but like how the like sun affects the different colors based off of like the heat in which the cables
that's science,
like generating, and it's like I'm trying to talk about like based off
just
of like
trying to sleep.
Yeah, I know. It's like pretty much like how much like heat does like the R5 or something like generate with a card in or like with a card out.
It's substantial.
And it's like
when you're like we don't record internally, I'm like, that makes a difference.
Yeah, so it's like bonkers.
People don't get it.
I love it. And then I talked to some of my fancy LA or New York photographers, and they're like, I love that you love that.
I don't.
And I'm like, I love that you love that. I love that.
Good for you.
And that's why they hire me, because if they're like, that guy will literally stay up till 3 a.m. to make sure every single file is perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love it.
He cares. It's a lot, but he cares.
The files are my sheep, and I am border collie.
You mentioned, we were texting about it. I think we both have a lot of opinions, and you mentioned that you might get in trouble if you dropped a hot take, but I'm just gonna have you drop one. We'll each go. Just on the spot hot take about photography.
How in trouble do I want to be?
That's an important thing to weigh.
You're not that good. Not you. Not you. But it's just like you really aren't that good.
Like even me.
I just like in general, it's like there's so many people that I'm like, have you ever like looked at some of the photos from the 60s? Yeah. Like some of those are like still better than anything I will ever make.
Yes.
Like you will never take a photo that like literally invented its own style. Like there's some photographers that like literally their photos are the reason why we still take them.
Right.
It's the same thing where it's like, this is also like a niche, weird tech thing, but it's like if the 50 millimeter wasn't as accessible as it was, we would have a completely different perception on like what we perceive is like a good focal length.
Right.
Like if the 35 was available at a larger quantity than the 50, the styles of what we've made over the last 30 years would be completely different. Right. And I very much die on that hill. Like,
and some people are even nerding out about 40s.
Yeah.
They're like 40s are the new 50, 35. Like,
because it's a little bit closer to the human eye, technically. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, like everyone's vision's different. I don't know how you arrived there. I kind of get it, but like,
But there's a lot of people where I'm like, you know, they think they're really good in their niche and they're really good at their whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, And I don't want to be like, you're not, but it's like,
Yeah.
if you only live in your own bubble
Hmm.
and you only hang out with the same creatives over and over again, and you're not going to like look on the internet, like, because I know a lot of people, and like, I'm not going to say names about anybody, but it's just like, if you just keep looking at your own work and critiquing your own work and only making something that you want to make, like
Yeah.
only just to you, and you're not looking about like what in the world is being made,
Yeah.
then like you're just going to be behind forever.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in like the commercial world, right? Like, thinking about like in China right now, this is crazy. Some of the best photographers in the world are in China, but we don't
Yeah.
see a lot of their work because if we're in the US.
Right.
Crazy, by the way. But like,
Yeah.
they're using like the, like the parabolics where they like the light, or like the strobe moves like in and out of the umbrella.
No.
Oh, bro.
I,
Let me-
maybe I do like that.
it's like weird. So it's like it narrows in and out of the softbox, like the pretty much. So you can have it like all the way to like it's like when you move the umbrella stick,
Yeah.
but it's like more dialed. But like they're like right now manufacturing these like parabolics that like you can zoom the angle of the, like, when you can like zoom in and out on your speed light
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
the
yeah,
cone
yeah,
narrow.
yeah.
But imagine that for like larger soft boxes,
Dude.
and whatever. And it's like that type of stuff, like to dial in your lighting that perfect
Yeah.
is like absolutely like crazy. And imagine like 40 of those.
Yeah.
Or like when you see these crazy lifestyle shoots with like this celebrity on like a boat that they're still professionally lighting with like blah 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 blah. I'm like, I come into my industry every day and I go like, I know nothing. Like I know
Yeah.
not like I'm good at this one thing.
I'm glad people are still hiring me.
Yeah, I'm glad that someone thinks that I'm okay, because if there's so much crazy stuff, but like even some people in town, I'm like, you light your photo the same way every time.
And at
You-
some point, it's
yeah.
gonna get old.
Yeah, you model like they
Maybe
model.
not to you, but to the people who pay
Yeah.
you.
And then it's like someone's like niche down. It's like, sure, but if you want to do like fashion, there's hundreds of different ways to do fashion. Maybe try one or two. Have you ever done an outdoor shoot?
Yeah.
Maybe go do an outdoor shoot. You have never done a studio shoot? You just try a studio shoot.
Yeah.
And also
Oh, you're
like
a natural light photographer.
don't even get me started about that, man. Like, there's a lot of people to where I'm like, especially with like tech wise, where I go like, you're not that good of, you're not a good photographer. It's like, if you are not experimenting, then I don't think you actually like photography.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be so real. Like, if you're not like,
That is a hot take.
yeah, like if you're
Yeah.
not like trying weird, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do like absolutely bonkers,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you're not like if you don't open Lightroom or Bridge or Capture One or Photoshop,
Yeah.
and you're not excited about like learning what like threshold means,
Yeah.
and like learning about like why curves work the way that
Masking.
they do, like, or learning how to do like separate masking,
Yeah.
or opposite end, learning how strobes work and why strobes work. Like, if you're not excited about that, I don't think you actually like photos. I don't think you
Yeah.
like photography.
If you're using the same filters you used 5 years ago,
Yeah, because there's even people who are in town who
Yeah.
like run businesses that like they're like, oh, we're an agency that does like photos or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you shoot the same style for every business.
yeah,
Like, you
like
don't-
you were talking about way at the beginning, approaching different clients, having done the research on what their brand looks for, like looking at their style guide and saying, I think this is what you need and what we can offer you.
Yeah, shouldn't
Instead, they're just bringing the same approach to every client.
Yeah, shouldn't you be excited to like understand the difference between like a client that wants everything with like super blurry, everything's at like 2.8, and then like versus someone that wants a huge flat lay that's like super messy and like everything's
Yeah.
like super, like there's hard shadows and there's like a bunch of light going on, there's like hands crossing over the table, like there's a messy like salsa dip,
Yeah,
like
it's very
you know,
kinetic.
there's like so much movement going on,
Yeah.
like I'm like, that type of stuff, I'm like, oh, that's great. Like, that's super fun. You should be excited to try it once. Or
Yeah.
same thing, like, I looked at your military stuff, and I'm like, bro, I would be so excited to do that. No, I've never done it before. It's nowhere anywhere near what I do for work, but, like, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Or, like, John Webster, shout out, not to name drop, but, like, he
I
does,
haven't met that guy.
he's so sick.
I would love to bring him on the podcast someday because his work is phenomenal.
Yeah, like so that's the thing is like I've never done kayaking. I've never like
Yeah, his
I've
action
never
sports stuff.
traveled with like literally like through South America like to find a waterfall that may or may not be there for us to like do a
Did he
photo.
do that?
Yeah, yeah. It was. I think
Yeah, I need to talk to
I
this
think
guy.
he has a cooler story than I do
Yeah.
from my perception of it. But like, you get what I mean? It's like that is like. I'm not saying everybody has to be excited to go to the jungle, but
Yeah.
it's like that's something towards like if you don't at least get excited by other photos that are not in your niche, those are the
Yes.
thing. Because like the Walton
I
Goggins,
absolutely agree.
like the Walton Goggins thing with those portraits. No,
Yeah.
I've never done a speedo portrait shoot on a Ferris wheel on the LA boardwalk.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing photo.
Yeah,
It's,
and I want to know how it's taken. And if the opportunity were presented to me, I'd probably be pretty nervous to do that kind of
I'd
thing.
wear a Speedo
but like
for you.
the idea, let's go do it,
I'd wear speedo for that.
dude. The fair's coming to town, or go to Shields. Dude, let's do a Speedo shoot.
Dude, that'd be so funny. That'd be so good.
They wouldn't even let you take your phone. On
No, they
on
wouldn't.
on the Ferris wheel at Shields.
No, they would hate me.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be so funny. But you know what I mean, though? It's like you should be like I stopped shooting sports, but I see those like people are doing those long exposures,
Yeah.
and people are doing the cool, weird like zoom, like while they're like long shutter zooming in, like tracking the
Yeah.
like. And all these like big motion of colors and all this stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so artsy and so sick. I would never do that, but I love that.
And even if you're not gonna change, like go do that thing,
You should think about how they do it.
yeah, and then you can apply that to your client or whatever. Like that can make you a better photographer. Like it's not so much the subject matter as it is the technique or the framing or the story they were trying to tell in that moment, and how you can kind of think about your next approach to photography in storytelling terms or whatever it is.
Or also stop thinking that you're better than someone because if you think that your work is technically harder than theirs.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Like there's plenty of people to where it's like, yeah, I do like 8 light crazy weird setups. But again, talking about John, he's running down a stream violently to like catch a kayaker like that's going at like Mach 5.
Yeah.
Like dude, like flipping in the kayak is one of those easier because of he's not plugging in batteries and like monitoring all these strobes and there's client there, or is it harder because if he's like running down trying to get the shot? It's like no, they're not. They're totally different asks,
And they also don't matter because at the end of the day, if we're just talking about business, like the client doesn't care. You're getting what they want.
Yeah.
But also, if we're honest, it doesn't matter. Like a good photo is a good photo, regardless of the effort put into it. Like there's tons of good photos that happen by sheer luck.
Yeah.
And then there's a ton of photos. I was listening to a podcast on this today. Not trying to plug another podcast on a podcast, but
So deep.
They were talking to some landscape photographers. Were talking about there's this bear photo somebody took that had this beautiful backlight. And it was on like some coast up in Alaska, and this photographer, I can't remember her name, because they asked her about this specific photo. She's like, you know what's funny? That photo you're referencing, I meticulously planned for so that the weather and everything.
Oh, was
would
it
be
like a cool
perfect at
silhouette,
that time
too?
of year? Yeah, and like there was like the sun coming up or going down, one of the two, and then you have like a low cloud line, so like you're not blown out all the way into the sky. It just like emphasizes
Just
the
right
center
there.
of the photo.
Yeah.
She was like, that was meticulously planned. I thought about that months in advance. But I also took that photo about 5 years ago completely by chance.
That's so funny.
And it doesn't matter.
Most of my work I actually like can't really do by chance nowadays because of all the lighting and like the clients there and whatever, but like I totally get what you mean. It's like I can't look at like another piece of work that's by chance and go like, well, mine's better because I spent more time on it. I lost more sleep over that.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Going back to John real quick, photo he took that I was just like, it made me want to do it, even though I've never like worked in the action sports space. I think it was on a billboard, and he shared it. Photo is somebody skiing or snowboarding going up a ramp.
Oh yeah.
And then really just like bright off-camera lighting from the right side, just emphasizing them coming up this ramp, and you've got like the sun setting in the background. Just epic photo.
Yeah, snow is actually bonkers because of how much fill light you get
Oh yeah, just from the white.
Yeah, just from the white, it's actually crazy.
Yeah, that light probably wasn't as powered up as anybody thought it would be. Let's see. I got two more questions. We could split this into like a part one, part two.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, real quick. My
Oh yeah, what was your hot take?
Where is it?
Mine was kind of like elongated, like a long answer of pretty much like you need to appreciate the people around you, and you need to like, like if you don't love the game, like you gotta love the game.
My thing is, love the game. If you wouldn't do a thing, and this applies beyond photography, if you wouldn't do a thing unless you were getting paid, you don't care about it. And that's okay.
I mean,
you don't have to care about it. Like, if you just want to do it for the money, that's good on you. But if an income is what makes you check in, then you don't care.
Yeah, because
that's 100% it.
Because I had an argument with a colleague recently, actually very similar about that. I was saying, I want to make cool art. I think it would be great to make cool art, but right now I need to like I can't make cool art as a digitech.
Right.
I'm helping someone else make cool art.
Right.
That's not my art.
Yeah.
That's someone else's art I'm helping them make.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm cool with that. I love supporting other people. I think that's awesome. But he pretty much called me a sellout. Huh. Like, he was just like, so you're only doing it for the money. Like, I thought you wanted to be an artist. I thought you wanted to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, I have the belief of I want to consume a lot of art, and I want to like follow a lot of people. I want to like kind of the Anthony Bourdain style of like, I want to be in the culture and see what like inspires hundreds of people, and like even stuff on Instagram. Like, I just want to see like
you just crazy stuff in it.
I just want to see what's great.
It doesn't matter if you're holding a paintbrush. Like,
yeah, just
you just want to be there for it.
Yeah, and I think it's cool. And like, yes, I love money. Money's great, but like, I would probably help my friends make art for free. Yeah, and I would probably do, even if I lost all my arms and legs and hearing and vision, and like if I lost everything, I would still probably be like if I couldn't like do anything with art, I would still be like, hey, do you want to borrow my stuff? You can borrow my stuff if you want to make this cool art. Yeah, like whatever makes cool art.
You just want to be around the creative process.
Yeah, as long as art gets made, I could care less where I'm sitting.
Yeah,
I just want to be there and happy that it gets made. I mean, like, but it's hard when you monetize your work, for sure.
Sure.
Like, it's always going to be hard when you monetize your work. I mean, we've said this 1,000 times, but like, I don't know, man. Most of the time, I'm just kind of like, I'd take jobs for less money because I would rather work than to not. And then that's when I'm like, not work just for the money. Like, I'll take it less money because if I have to work, it's like, I'll take less money because if I just want to be there.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, this is the industry. This is it.
Yeah.
I have no plan B. This is plan A. Plan B is maybe a mailman, but this is like, this is plan A.
Yeah. No, I love it. Mine is boring photographers talk about, focus on brands. This constant back and forth about like Sony, Nikon, Canon,
whatever,
Fujifilm. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, literally.
And your client doesn't care.
Yeah, grow up.
Everyone who looks at your photos has no idea.
They'll never know.
They don't know the megapixels. They don't know a thing. And my favorite video, kind of on this topic, is a bunch of photographers look at a camera that has 10 megapixels versus like a 100 megapixel Hasselblad, and see if they can tell a difference, and they can. And these are pro photographers. Like, even photographers don't know. I look at name a photographer on Instagram that I love, and I probably don't know what they shoot with, and it doesn't matter. So like, uninteresting photographers talk about that stuff all the time.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy, but like, what I've always learned, at least from the world, this is my perceived reality. Perceived reality.
Yeah.
It goes lighting, lenses, camera.
Right.
So it's like, if you are shooting outside and you have just natural available light and it's beautiful, then your lens and camera doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay. There's like a hierarchy of like, these are the things that matter.
Yeah, your lighting's terrible. All right, well, you probably need you need a lens that probably will fit. Like, it has to be a prime, like, that you might need. It's gotta be fast. It's gotta be good. It's gotta be sharp. And then it's like, all right, well, now, okay, is your lighting really, really bad, and your
If it's
lens
even
is
worse,
like kind of not great, then it's like, okay, you might need a camera that can like you can pull up some of the dynamic range or shoot fast enough, or you can do whatever. But it's like most of the time, you can shoot. Again, it's like we talk about like photographers in the 50s, 60s,
yes,
like whatever. Bro, they're shooting on potatoes.
I just like, this is going to sound insane that I'm mentioning this. Like I haven't been a photographer that long. Have you heard of this guy?
I can't read backwards.
Fair enough. Henry Carter Bresson.
Oh, dude, yeah, literally, people are insane, literally insane.
This guy, like, his body of work is absolutely astounding, and it was all shot on film cameras. So, like, your camera truly does not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we could always talk about the dynamic range of film.
Yeah.
I was like, but it's like,
yeah.
For the most part, though, it's like your composition and your lighting and your subject matter are always going to be way more. I had someone that I used to work with that like someone would message them and go like, what's your settings for sports? And they would just like ghost them or not respond or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I would rather, it's like the same thing with any athlete or any sport. It's like, I would rather us be in the same playing field and you beat me fair and square than it would be like gatekeeping what I'm doing. Like,
yeah.
Because I have a lot of Digitex. Like, I just actually had a conversation with this guy from France yesterday. We were talking about rates and like what gear we use and whatever. And he's like, you're the first person that I've like been able to talk to in the US.
It's crazy.
And we were Google translating back and forth. Like, so it was kind of funny, but like, I speak a little bit of French, but it's a little different. But like, those are the things where he was like, yo, thanks for doing that. I was like, yeah, anytime. Because if it's like what, it doesn't really matter about gear. It doesn't really matter about X, Y, and Z. Like, I just want you to make cool things, and I want you to be like happy to make cool things. But yeah, especially again, there's a lot of people that like, dude, I shot the Z6 when I did sports at BSU, and it's
not a sports camera,
and it's not a sports camera, and some of my best work ever has been on the Z6, 24 megapixels,
and no one knows.
No one will ever know. I bet if you were to go on my portfolio right now and tell me which one is the difference between the 7.2, the 6, the 8. And my old D7500 or 7800, maybe we'll never know.
Yeah, or 780, 750. I don't know.
No. It was the 4-digit ones.
It was the cropped.
It was the cropped.
Oh shoot!
It was like 12 megapixels, but like.
Yeah, I would know.
Yeah, no. And I tell people all the time too. It's like, don't feel bad about buying used or refurbished gear. Don't like. I also tell people too. I'm like. Sometimes like you're gonna get peer pressured into like buying a 24 to 72.8 by the community and by YouTube and whatever. Low key, just like rent the lens. Just like rent if you're doing a wedding for like $4,000 and you want to rent that lens for one day for $100, just do it.
My favorite thing I did, I don't actually know if I have it anymore. I thought it was a paperweight at some point, but it
is this those fake coffee mug ones?
No, I do love having those and then tossing them to someone. Be like, hey, can you hold this? It's just a classic.
Yeah,
it's just one of the lamest, but always garners a reaction.
I have the Canon ones, like the old EF Canon mugs. I love them.
I think for like the first 5 years you're a photographer, everyone when they think about giving you a gift is like, surely they want a coffee mug that's shaped like a lens. And so you just end up with way too many of them. I've probably gotten 6.
My uncle, this is actually really funny. I don't know if my uncle like remembers this, but I remember he bought it for me, and he was like, "So now when you go shoot football games, you can like sneak alcohol in it, and then you can like and pretend it's like a lens in your camera bag." And I'm like,
"True that."
I'm like, that is so funny because if I was totally like, I was like, "Oh, like coffee," and he was like, "No, like fill it with like hard liquor." Was like, also I was like 18 or like
this is a lens.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, just make sure it's like sealed on tight so you don't get like alcohol over your equipment. And I was, but it was so like candid and funny. I just remember being like, that's amazing. I never did it.
I didn't realize this was a flask.
Yeah, I never did it, but it was and the lids are not secured, so like they pop off so easy.
No, they're not. No, there's so many brands and none of them are that. No, what I was saying is,
how funny is that though? Just fill this with hard alcohol. What?
I think like I learned to like get creative. I had a D7000, and up until the Z mounts, Nikon's never changed their mount.
Oh yeah, no, literally for like
And
100
so,
years, man.
like, I've got these old Nikkor mat, like 50s, 60s.
They're so good. I love them all.
You can just take that, slap it on anything prior to the mirrorless cameras, and as long as you're cool with like manual focus, you can shoot all kinds of stuff.
And even on the new lens, or even on the new bodies, they do like the green box. Like it shows you like when you're zooming, if you turn on focus peaking and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I'm still like, bro, that makes like half the battle. Like that's like so chill now.
You can use focus peaking on an old school lens. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so bonkers. I did a grad portrait session. I only do one a year. I say I only do one a year.
Yeah.
Like, and it has to be someone I know.
Yeah.
We shot on like all these like old Russian Helios like type lenses.
Yeah.
And it was like 4 adapters like stacked on top of each other to get to the Z.
Yeah.
And they still came out so great.
Dude. Yeah.
But I think again it goes like the lighting was great. Then we had fun with the lenses, and then it was like, I had a good camera, but like I could have done that with any camera because the lighting was beautiful. So
didn't really matter.
But no, I get what you mean. I do hate the snobs because I'm allowed to be snobby about like my drives and my cables because people pay me to be snobby for that.
Fair.
But when I'm online and someone posts a picture of their friend or like of a work thing or like a whatever, like grow up. Like literally grow up. Like it doesn't matter.
It triggers me more than it should when I see like potato references to Nikons. I'm just like you clearly never picked up a Nikon. And like I'll be the first to tell you they have not always been at the top of their game in the photography world.
Sure.
But now they're swinging with the best of them.
I think it's funny.
It also still doesn't matter.
It's also when people like are talking to me about like 3D autofocus whatever. I'm always just like, that's great, but I'm shooting studio.
Yeah.
I don't care. I literally my subject is not running away from me.
Yeah.
It's not a bird.
Yeah.
It's not whatever. It's like it's like the R5 with Canon. It's 45 megapixels, but then their flagships above that are actually like 24.
Yeah.
And they're actually like less, but they're offer faster speeds.
Yeah.
But now none of those cameras, because they're 24 megapixels, are viable at all in the commercial space.
Yeah.
For studio work and like billboards and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like now we have this mid-level camera, technically mid-level on the list. Like it's a very expensive camera, but I'm just saying like it's a mid-level camera, but it's like the Canon that everybody uses because of it's just like it checked off one box.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like any Nikon, I mean, as long as it just has 45 megapixels, checks off the box for 99% of commercial projects in the US.
Yeah, the Z8 can do literally anything, and probably more than most people need it to do.
Yeah, I mean...
I've got the Z6 III and the Z8 at work, and I use the Z6 III more often than not.
Yeah, and they're so fun. I love them. But have you seen like the bell curve where it's like you start with one lens...
Yeah.
And then you have one body and one lens, and then the middle of the bell curve, you're like, I need 10 lenses and like 2 camera bodies. And then you go back to the bottom of the bell curve and it's pros, and they're like, just the 24 to 70.
Yeah, you found exactly what you need. Like I've got my 70 to 200, and then I have a 26 and a 40 prime. And I can think of use cases where I'd like to have different lenses, but I can accomplish pretty much anything I personally would like to do with those 3.
Yeah, I think I'm mainly 24-70, and then I have a 50 too, but only for esports. Yeah, because of it's so dark in there. But that's that's like a niche thing. Yeah. But if I didn't have to pick it, it would be 24-70 and my 100 macro, my 105 macro.
I've never used a 105 macro.
It's because I'm a tweaker and I love like shooting things at like f32.
Holy cow!
Like
dude.
Yeah, like just. I mean, you have to drop it back. Not actually like 32, but like 20 something. Yeah. Like, because you can go in the macro lenses technically higher f-stop values than like 22. Yeah. Because of its macro now, like it starts going into like weirder fractions, but like I love like the amount of light.
And because that focal plane can get so much closer to your lens, you can afford to like.
It's so bonkers.
That iris like. It's
literally like a pin in a soda can type like. And I think it's like fun because of like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the, like I did like water droplets on like a glass, and then I like wanted to see the reflection in the water droplets.
Dude.
So I was like photographing like the water droplet on a glass to get the reflection of the water droplet in the glass. Like it was just like, I think that's cool because of like, again, talking about like art, it's like anybody can take a picture with this thing, with this atmosphere of like, especially with sports, it's like there's 50 photographers on that field. I was always like, well, what if I take a picture of like just their helmet and get a reflection of the player in the number on the helmet? Like I was like, that would be cool. Or like, what if I get a picture of like a player like just like putting his head down like he just got off the bench and he just like messed up a play.
Yeah.
Like those type of things where I realized where I'm like, I don't really want to take a picture of the guy getting the touchdown.
Because everybody
like,
has it.
Everyone has it. And then same thing with art. I was like, that's why I'm going to do a spec on this garage because it's like, you know, I can make whatever I want. I think this is cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah. I was like, do you have any final questions? I was like, is there, I was like, I don't know if you have any other ones, but like.
I got a ton. I think I'm definitely going to have you back, but like we're over 2 hours.
Yeah. I was like, I could do one more.
Yeah, dude. Let's see. Let's end on this one.
Okay.
Because I think this does a really good job of kind of getting to the heart of like what this podcast is about, and specifically from your background, the kind of work you're involved with. Give me 3 misses: a client, a creative idea, a season where maybe nothing happened.
Oh God.
What'd you learn? Do you think you could have learned those things if you'd succeeded versus failure? Is like failure that scary?
Yeah. So you said client,
creative idea, or maybe just a season.
Okay. So one of those 3 or all 3?
Pick one.
Okay.
Sure.
I think there's a lot of clients that like, I don't know if I can say the exact client because I had to sign some stuff.
Sure.
But
NDAs.
Yeah, there was an energy drink company that is very large.
Gives you wings, man.
Yeah, it gives you wings. But like they
got the craziest athletic campaigns on earth.
So I photographed for them a few times and we did one. I have to like put aside that like no matter how good you do, sometimes it's just never going to work. Mm-hmm. Like they're like, I bring it back to like with weddings or like whatever, like you could offer like your best artistic take, the most technical, like savvy, whatever. Mm. And sometimes they're just not going to be happy with it.
Yeah.
Or something's going to go wrong. And I did the shoot for the bowl and the thing that we were shooting for didn't happen. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
We were there for days. And the budget, like they paid us, like everyone got paid.
Sure.
But
nobody felt good about it, probably.
But yeah, and then it was over, and we had to trash everything. I'd have proof that I deleted everything.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like gone forever, and like those are those moments where like you sit there and you're like, I didn't do anything wrong, but like this was like kind of a step back in my career because I can't even say I was here. I can't even say that I did this. Like I can't even say like X, Y, and Z. And those are like some of those things where it's like, it feels like a miss because if I should have like offered to do X, Y, and Z to make it better, like to do like, you know, try to make it the situation better. Yeah. But then sometimes it's just like, it's just out of your control. You just can't. Like you're going to lose no matter how hard you try. And something's going to mess up and you're just going to have to be like, was that specific shoot, if the guy did the thing and millions of people saw it, was that if to think about if that guy made the thing or like did the thing, would I have been seen by millions of people and my career would have launched?
Yeah.
Would I have been?
How do you not dwell on that?
Like,
then?
Yeah, how like would I have been a like 6-figure plus like creator that went all over the world and worked with like X, Y, and Z and photographed celebrities, but it was all because like the wind was a little hard that day.
Yeah.
Like those
so
are
do you beat yourself up over that, or do you take that as an opportunity to say, you know, that could happen someday, like I could be that creator that takes off, but like it's just luck and I have to keep showing up in order for that lightning to strike, so to speak.
I was spending all that time like, oh my God, I can't believe that didn't happen. Like I'd missed my shot, I missed my chance, and then I was like, what if we didn't make it anyways? What if the thing didn't happen anyways? Then like, well, was I just gonna give up?
Yeah.
What if I never got this job in the first place? Would I have just
like the fact that you're there is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I was like, I would have just like, why would I give up now after I got the opportunity?
Yeah.
Like when all I did was fight for the opportunity.
Yeah.
So then I was just kind of like, I can't be hard on myself anymore. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing until the second opportunity comes around. Yeah, because it's like, it's like, was it opportunities based off of like luck and skill, or what's the thing? It's like,
I mean, that sounds like a pretty reasonable equation.
it's like, I forget what it is. It's like when skill meets, when you're lucky enough to get an opportunity that your skill qualifies for.
Okay.
It's something, I forget exactly what the term is, but it's like, it's pretty much when opportunity means luck and skill. So you have to be lucky enough to get that opportunity and skillful enough to like capitalize on it.
Yeah.
So that's
the fact that you were even having that opportunity, it wasn't all luck. I mean, that's a factor.
Yeah.
Because I think we're all fortunate to get certain opportunities that we have, but you had the skill going into it. And at the end of the day, it wasn't about the skill or the luck. It just didn't happen.
Yeah. Especially like, again, minor hot take, I guess. Like when someone says I'm very lucky, I go like, I literally built cabinets for my first camera ever. Like I was like, that wasn't luck. Or like I had to do, I don't even know how many sports games, and none of my photos got chosen for the first year of me photographing for a minimum wage.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't luck. Like interning for also, actually Vision Kit gave me like a little bit of money, but I'm just saying like interning for very low amount of money.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't luck. Like, cause if I was bartending, marketing guy at a brewery, finishing college and doing 2 internships at the same time, and someone says like, oh, you're so lucky that you had that. I'm like, I literally had $19 to my name at like 20.
Yeah.
And because if I blew all my money on a camera so I can live the dream.
Yeah.
And I still don't think I'm living the dream, but it's like, I was never lucky.
Yeah.
Like I never had support to make that dream. Like my parents still don't think I have a real job. like they don't think that's like a thing. They still are waiting for me to go be a salesman. So it's like, those are things where it's like every time that like a big opportunity fails, either from like my own accord or because of like something falls through or like budget falls out or like, hey, like never mind about this project. We just are going to hire someone local. We're not going to fly you out anymore.
Yeah.
Like I have to be like, what, am I just going to give up? Like I can't give up off when I had $19 to my name and I was doing shows at the Shredder for free.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I think that's like a big thing. It's like every miss that you get sometimes just isn't your fault.
Yeah.
You know, and that doesn't mean that you have to go like, well, nothing's my problem. Nothing's my fault. But
nothing has to change. You just move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You keep applying that skill for the next opportunity.
Yeah. If you, especially like for me too, where it's, I think about when I was really young, to think about like telling 16-year-old me like what I'm doing right now, like would blow their mind. Yeah. So why can't 30-year-old me blow 25-year-old me mind?
Yeah.
25-year-old me mind.
Like, why can't you just like, you're at that hurdle that you never imagined possible, and why can't that be enough?
Yeah. So I'm like, I love the push, and I think I'm just gonna keep doing it. And if I keep making mistakes, then whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think, especially with the career that I'm very fortunate to be in, I think all my mistakes are mostly forgiven.
Yeah.
Like most of the time it's fine. Yeah. Unless I completely destroyed a 6-figure campaign by throwing the hard drive into a pond.
Yeah.
But like
most of the time you're just disappointing Mark.
Mark, I think you're a wonderful man. I would love to have a beer with you sometime.
He's fantastic.
I'm sorry for disappointing you.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah, no, this was
great. We're going to wrap it up some point.
I know, sorry, this is very long and I'm a yapper.
Same.
I gotta go get my windows done tomorrow. We're getting all the windows in the house replaced.
Oh shit. Okay.
At 8 a.m.
Whew.
I'm not gonna be there, so they're just doing it.
But you got to be out of there probably.
Yeah.
You probably want to be.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
Somewhere where there's heating.
I'm just sleeping in the open windows while they're working on them.
Yeah.
Oh guys, it's cold. I like pulled a blanket up.
Can you do that quicker?
Just in a towel.
Yeah, definitely got to have you back on the show sometime.
I think it'd be fun. Yeah, I mean, there's so much niche, weird things. I mean, we can talk about, like, for the next time, even, like, I photographed for Treefort for years. I photographed like
Yeah.
Extra Mile and all these concerts.
Yeah.
I've done like I did wedding stuff. I've done climbing photography. What's it like to be suspended on a wall photographing your client in like a high
I've always
pressure
wanted to be
thing?
Jimmy Chin.
Yeah, Jimmy's a great guy.
Yeah. Have you met him?
Yeah, quality guy. Just in passing. Ooh, one more thing before the podcast ends.
Yeah.
The voice of Ezio from Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
and Sonic the Hedgehog, Batman, like,
Yeah.
and from the video games and stuff. He loves astrophotography.
Okay.
Fun fact. And he now lives here.
That's crazy.
And we met because of he photographed for the Treefort music or like the team.
That's so bizarre.
He photographed for the Treefort music team, like photo team, and then I was working it last year, and I was talking to him just coincidentally.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, "Oh, you're working on the photo team? I've never met you before."
Yeah.
And I went, "Why do you sound like that?
Yeah.
Who are you?" And he's just like, "Oh, maybe you've like heard of me." And I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
But yeah, he's voiced like hundreds of characters, like,
Dude.
and whatever. Like he's in Apex Legends, like he's in all these other video games and whatever.
Clearly doesn't have an ego.
No, he literally is the coolest guy ever. And he
Yeah.
like, I was like, bro, we should go and do like astro photos. And he's like, yeah, I'd love to do that sometime. And I'm like, bro, I'm literally gonna go do astrophotography with
Yeah.
Batman. I was gonna say effing Batman, but like, I'm like, bro, I've literally like I played you as Batman.
Your voice has carried me through so much of my life.
No,
And you don't even know
I
it.
literally hear it in my head.
Yeah.
I circle the answer A.
Ezio, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
he's a angry guy and he lives here. So,
Yeah.
dude, if you could sneak him on the podcast,
I might.
he's crazy. Like he's
Have him do his different voices. That might be too much to ask.
Yeah, probably.
That's funny though.
But he loves astrophotography. He like went up to Sawtooths and he photographed a bunch of goats and stuff too.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's so easy to do here because like outside of Boise metro area, you're not competing, or maybe like Twin Falls and
Twin
Pocatello,
Falls.
like you're not dealing with a ton of light anywhere.
no, literally none. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so easy.
Well, anyways, I appreciate you having me on the
Dude.
pod.
Yeah.
I probably got a lot more questions than answers. I feel like I said a lot of things that I was like, I don't know if I answered that.
No, dude, it's like I just appreciate the conversation. I think that's what people listen to these things for. I mean, that's what I listen to podcasts for. I just want to hear people who are in the same career field, in the same phase of life, who had the same experiences, or maybe not the same experiences, but like things that I can like understand and digest and level with and maybe take into my next creative endeavor. So like, I think all these stories are going to be formative and helpful to people in different ways. So like,
Yeah.
I just appreciate the conversation, dude.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I actually got my hair cut today for the podcast,
Nice.
so everyone could see.
For us to not do the
Yeah.
video. It's a great haircut,
Oh,
just in
wait,
case
thank
anyone
you.
wants to know. Awesome. You can find the podcast. I promise it's going to be on Spotify. Hopefully this one is. Again, music is by J. William Miller. And catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
You can't work until you're worthless. Walk on streets of gold. Try and hold on to the past. It will fade as you grow old. Try and give your life away. You'll wind up empty in the end. Go and take a bullet burning to find out who you call friend. So decide it's time for the wasting and drive your Chevy into the ground. Ain't no time in life worth wasting. Don't let your worries drag you down. This may be your last chance to set your feet on solid ground. And when you've climbed on every mountain and rambled through every town, if you get sick and tired, don't you ever settle down. I said if you get sick and tired, don't you